Hey there, my name is Pravus. Welcome to more Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues, playing with the Enclave Reborn Redux mod. And we are currently at war with the NCR, and I think we're absolutely kicking butt. In fact, these guys are, what, 2% away from capitulation? Yeah, so pretty much no matter what we're gonna do, they're going down. They're going down very, very soon. Let's go ahead and start preparing a invasion against the Shi. Because I'm pretty sure immediately after this, that's the next thing that I'm going to want to do, is try to take these guys down before they have a chance at redeploying their entire army. So we'll go ahead and move around. These guys here, by the way, I don't think I want to keep these as militia. Let's just go ahead and work on that. As far as some factories are concerned, we're about to have some serious problems with riot control, so let's go ahead and start producing more of that. And logistically, I think I've got a lot of equipment, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. The NCR is, kind of huge. Let's maybe consider going ahead and doing a new citizen care package now. Start getting a little bit of daily compliance gain. The faster we do that, the better. Though at this point, it may be too little too late. Honestly, I think I have to just walk into like one more victory point and they're down. Like Baker, and that's it. Yep, there we go. All right, just in time with the MacArthur Doctrine, the assault tanks, and so on. Get some equipment, and it looks like we have the lion's share of the war score, which surprises absolutely no one. All right, we need a good border we can use against the Shi. Let's clean up some of the border gore like so. And let's try to cut off the Lost Hills bunker as much as we can. Then we will go ahead and start expanding further over here to the east. We're about to get a lot of land. And the AI is gonna fight me on a few things, which I don't care. I've got the war score. I can keep demanding it from them. Eventually they will cave and give me what I ask for. There we go. All right, couple borders we can use here to get to San Francisco, which is gonna be good. I don't have a navy or anything I can steal from you guys. Is there any territory I'm missing? No. I could try to demand literally everything else, but I'm okay with this as it is. So I'm gonna let this go. Let's confirm and exit. And we got 70 states overall. That seems pretty good. So what do we work on next? Great question. Can't do rebuilding a nation. We need to have some time pass from an occupation, and I still need to figure out if there's some mutual exclusivity going on here. Let's go for Remember the Rig. War support, political power, blah, blah, blah. And if I can get my troops in position, we should be able to pretty much immediately attack the Shi, who is currently at war with Eureka, it looks like. That's interesting, but okay. And let's go ahead and toss a load of factories into things like infantry equipment, plus some more in the crowd control gear, so we can start producing more of that. More planes and stuff. Yeah, that'll end up being useful against the Kaiser eventually. What does this do as far as things like my occupation? I'm gonna go with really bad. Whoa, that is a lot of resistance in some places. Holy crud. Okay, I don't know why it's that bad, but fine, jeez. Let's go ahead and start rooting out some resistance as quick as we can. We need to get that reduced. Holy crud, what a pain. The fall of Diana. No, not Diana! Oh man, I liked that cult. All right, I should be getting troops in position momentarily. This should be enough to kind of get things going. So I think we go ahead and declare our annexation war, or do we want to go for the Lost Hills or whatever else? I think we could just go ahead and kill the Shi now. On declare, the Lawless Wastelanders declare war on Shi? How does that work? The Lawless Wastelanders are like my non-existent puppet. All right, well, we'll go for it, but I'm a little confused as to how that's supposed to work. Anyway, go forth, power armor, break their front lines. And Tlaloc is dead. Giddy. This means I'm about to hear the scary death scream thing, right? Yep, that thing right there. I hate that. It gives me so much anxiety, honestly. All right, looks like Santa Ana has been growing pretty substantially as of late. Have fun with that, I guess. Be careful what you wish for. The destruction of the NCR has left our army overextended. Are you sure? Great, loyalists have taken to the hills. Our legitimacy goes down by 25%. War support 50. Whoa! All right, add California resistance, collapsed government, anarchy, disorganized army, collapsed economy, collapsed trade, worthless wages. Whoa! My expenses will be doubled until we solve the crisis. And I just signed a white peace with a Shi. Excuse me, since when? Hey! Okay, hang on. There's a lot of stuff going on over here all of a sudden. Why did I lose my war goal? I need world tension to be at 100% before I'm allowed to go and fight the Shi again? What? Okay, what has happened, and how do I fix this exactly? Oh, wait, there it is. Rebuilding a nation. Okay, mutual exclusivity is not a problem. The occupation passed long enough that now I need to be the Enclave Reconstruction Authority. Oh, for God's sake! All right. Yeah, my war support is non-existent. That's why I have to wait for 100% world tension all of a sudden. Jeez, dude. Jeez. What about logistics? All right, infantry equipment's looking mostly good. Infantry armor is absolutely getting obliterated. Hold on. We need to go to some of these places and have less of the, less of this riot gear and stuff. Let's go for the Mojave territories. Need to be... this is better suppression per manpower, therefore it's gonna be militia, I think. Yeah, look for places like that. NCR, we've got decent compliance. Let's go ahead and make these guys into militia and stuff as well. Save myself some freaking equipment while we can. Does that help a little bit? Should. Whoop, whoop, bip, bop, sup. Economic resurgence in several trade notes, and now we have enough infantry armor to actually keep people afloat. Okay, that's something. Well, remembering the rig is hopefully gonna give us a teeny little bit of extra base war support, but yeah, we're about to enter into a pretty big, reset, I think. Losing that war goal was stupid. What the heck happened? I probably missed something. I should have read something about these lawless wastelanders, whoever they are. Maybe once you, like, finish your occupation or something like that of the NCR, like, they're no longer lawless, therefore they don't exist. I don't know. But clearly, the big focus now needs to be going to rebuilding a nation. We need to become the reunited states. This is gonna kill things like my political power gain for a while. Oh, boy. It also means I feel very vulnerable against people like the Kaiser all of a sudden. I don't love that. Defending our most secret base. Oh, okay. The Nevada test site. Fun. Get some extra air superiority, air experience, and ace generation. That's solid. East Coast exiles. Legitimate Enclave call sign. We get some vertibirds. That's not all who arrived. We get some manpower, some gunships, and so on, and also a new Chief of Air Force. Stepping off the last vertibird, Schultz was quick to inform everyone the commander of the operation was George Harrison. No one knew who that was. Fortunately, some of the older members of the Enclave mentioned he was the civilian leader of all military assets of the United States military, answering only to the president himself. Oh, a new Secretary of Defense available. Cool. And the president and his people. For over 200 years, the Enclave president has wielded a great amount of power within the organization, if not all, with the Congress only given an advisory role and lacking any true power as the legislative branch. But do we change that? All right, the ruler party will now be called Douglas Granite, or a strong president to bring peace to America, popularity of ruler, or it'll take a strong president to defeat communism. Well, it sounds to me like the ruler party is going to get this no matter what. I'm tempted to do this because when you have communism in red, it makes me think that this could lead to a follow-on event of some sort. Even though I think that this one might be better, but let's take this. All right. I don't know what's about to happen, guys. All right, yesterday's enemies. We can, hopefully, fix a lot of problems with our manpower and stuff like that. Mobilization. What does this lead? What here leads to getting rid of all the negative nonsense we just picked up? Group of population here with the Environmental Protection Agency open for business, companies. Fate of our democracy. We have to finish the mutant question first. Requisition of resources, no. Hearts and minds, maybe. Vaccinations teach for America. Propaganda efforts. Emergency labor drafts. The mutant question has to be answered to do almost any of this. Revive the Federal Reserve. Reduce expenses as we restore the economy. Chamber of Commerce. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of things we could do. Nation Reborn or the Enclave Reborn. Ooh. That could be kind of cool. Well, it seems like no matter what, we really needed to be answering things with the mutant question. And I probably should have done this a lot sooner. This only takes 10 days. Let's just go ahead and knock this out now. What kind of an America am I gonna be? Okay, let's see. The Enclave of old barely recognized the mutated denizens of the wastelands. Many of us still don't, desiring clear lawns drawn between the purebred and the wasteland mutants. We fight not to enslave, but to set a country free. People goes up. Begun integration. Political power goes down. Non-core manpower organization. Oh, gosh. All right, we're going down for expand the definition of human. These are ways of getting out a fair bit more legitimacy, and the people faction starts becoming more popular. That's interesting. And then we can complete the integration. I feel like we need to do this pretty quick too, honestly. But the more we invest in this, the more this hurts until we finish it. That's interesting. Our new vice president. As part of the reconstruction, Granite has decided to appoint a vice president, a power reserved to the president pursuant to the 44th Amendment to help manage the nation's divisions. Lynette would help reach an accommodation with the Citizens League and promote their dream of a managed democracy where there is a place for everyone so long as they are in their place. Congressman Hayes would represent a combination with the New World Party, a promise the United States will continue to stumble toward greater equality. But in its darkest moments, Granite wonders if Americans are ready for democracy. Perhaps the president should continue to manage the nation. Sergeant Dornan has been invaluable. Well, I'm going to go with Congressman Hayes, probably. And then there's the freedom of speech, which is now coming back to bite us a little bit. They'll be watching my actions closely. The Reformer Party is gone. We are now the Reconstruction Party, and we are losing support rapidly. Caesar's Legion just guaranteed the 80s, and the Bull flinched. One would do well not to underestimate the Legion, but the Legion was not a fool in and of itself. For years, the Legion readied the battle with the two-headed bear, yet Speculatores and Frumentaria, or Taria, whatever, return news that the bear has retreated and its place flew a batter of the old world, the Stars and Stripes. Alright, he's not ready to fight me right now. He wants to build his army. That's good. So a truce and a ceasefire declared for 2 years. That is happening regardless. It looks like. Alright. Yeah, that's sovereign American territory, Kaiser! Get off! I guess. I don't know. Hey, our flag changed. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, I would say. Yeah. So what are these assault tanks I can build? Oh, good lord, they're good. Hold on. Hold on. Soft attack, 62, 74, hard attack, blah, blah, blah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning on using tanks. But hey, if we want to go for a good old classic artillery and tank build in Old World Blues, which I was not anticipating, it would seem that that is a thing. It is unfortunate that I'm unable to trade with anyone for anything I care about, though. So we need to take a decision for a vice president, right? That's what I was told there. Yeah, we need support for the Wastelanders? Wasn't Hayes the leader of the NCR? That doesn't seem right. But we're going for a freer one, so I need to make the people happy. Oh man, this is weird. I stabilized the nation, then I broke it apart. Now I conquer things, and I'm stabilized the nation, and now I'm breaking it apart again. Alright, the People's Party is now the New World Party. There we go. National Anthem. The reunited states must choose a national anthem. Some say we should stick with the Star-Spangled Banner or perhaps the battle cry of freedom. But Secret Service spies in the Boneyard found a holodisc called The Eagle by a singer named RuPaul. Okay, well, I think we need to go with the Star-Spangled Banner Yet Waves, just because tradition and all that, you know? I would think that should come with a very small boost in legitimacy. All right, just a little tiny bit. We should get some more doctrines, by the way. Let's go ahead and pick up new recruits. I want the superior firepower and the expanding the ranks, the steeled gull for the heavy forces, and even more. There we go. So special forces just got a heck of a lot better. That's good. What is this, by the way? The Legion Marches is a thing that's about to happen. Hang on, I saw that. What is this? We'll get an event in 27 days. Oh man, am I looking forward to that one? All right, we've integrated the politicians. Now we have to integrate the officers. And at this point, I can choose Hayes. Are you sure? For all its criticisms of the Enclave, is a firm believer that America is the world's last best hope. By appointing Hayes as vice president, we confirm that our faith in the great experiments that the government of the people, for the people, by the people, and of the people shall not perish. God bless America. Oh my gosh, I just noticed we have absolutely 0 civilian factories, too. Oh no! Reconstruction sucks! You know something dumb that I bet you would have worked? I'll bet you if I'd left the NCR with, like, literally 1 territory, we could have avoided this entirely. I mean, we wouldn't have gone down, like, any of the focuses for the rebuilding stuff, so that would have slowed things down a little bit. But I'll bet you we could have avoided all the economic repercussions until I was ready to, like, I don't know, fight the Kaiser, beat him down, and then we reconstruct America. There's the Kaiser, all right. Gain an annex war goal against the Cypher Warband? All right, so basically it sounds like, yeah, they're getting free goals to just start attacking all their neighbors. So the game is literally trying to make the Kaiser larger and scarier to scare me. It ain't gonna work though. So anyway, let's go back to the whole reconstruction stuff. So now we can go for things like the fate of the democracy and also things like the rule of law, all of which is going to be very important, but we need to go ahead and do the fate of our democracy first and get our government fixed. Because it's kind of, you know, a divided house cannot stand and all that. You guys remember that very famous American saying? Yeah, we probably should go ahead and get that figured out, and sooner rather than later. Democracy is going to be prospering under our rule, but we must decide how to govern the United States. Grant's rule has been successful and he's brought us back from the brink. It's been under martial law since the war, but now we could cement our power and, frankly, better than we could hope, rule. Or he could aim to restore the United States, risking losing control of the Enclave in elections and giving power to the natives. Nope, I think it's time we have elections again. We are now empowering Congress. Although Granite has decided to restore democracy, there are still many who express concern about giving everyone a say in their government. After all, look at the morass the NCR was! Vault City's mayor suggested suffrage be granted only to Americans who pass something like their old citizenship test. Or we could adopt the old view of every man a vote. What part of democracy are you not getting, apparently? Right, well that's done. The Voting Rights Act. Collapse becomes unstable. I'll take it. I would much rather have an unstable government than a collapsed government. Lost Hills is demanding territory. Really? 8 days of ultimatum, huh? Well, I'm not gonna do it, but this means they're gonna declare war on me almost certainly. Good news. I've got a lot of troops right next door. You gon' die. Kaiser's Legion declares war on the Cypher, and Lost Hills declares war on me. Saw that one coming. Alrighty, the good news is, to me at least, it looks like your main bunker is not going to be very difficult for me to crack into, because you've spread your troops out, which is one of the reasons I didn't fight over these states. I didn't want them all clustered in one tiny spot. So, next thing we do is we go ahead and start making some very aggressive pushes to their victory points. See if we can get in here and make them fall quickly before they have a chance at really causing many problems. Got one there. Capture the Lost Hills bunker. There we go. Stability goes down. Seemed impenetrable, huh? All right. We'll begin our attack at the early morning. Steal a few highly valuable schematics. Why do we lose stability for this? I feel like, if anything, we should be gaining stability. There goes Blackwell's, and look how fast that was. It's like a 1 or 2 day war. All right, anyone who's questioning my competence, get the heck out of here. All right, Congress holds its first session. Good. Compliance goes up. Nice. Then we can go for the free elections, which is going to remove the unstable government entirely. Also good. I'm sitting at like 97% legitimacy right now, by the way. Just FYI. So like, I don't know, I'm just saying, I'm a pretty dang legitimate America. Compliance has gone up so much. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of resistance in a few places still, but I'm getting close to full compliance with a lot of places right now. This is good. And there's some free elections. Boom! All right, and some folks have decided to fight against me with suffrage. You're all terrible people. Let me explain why that's illegal. Lynette can't play these little games because we passed a law. No. Also counterfeiters. Gosh dang it. All right, fine. I need to get rid of these loyal officers, by the way. They're giving the intellectuals power. I kind of thought it would transfer over to New World Party, but no. How about the Pentagon Reborn so I can have really good new leaders? And then we need to go down things like law and order, but I also need to revive the Federal Reserve. Try to figure out how the heck I'm supposed to get out of... What is this thing that's giving me 100% consumer goods? Where do I find that? Collapsed economy. That's the big one. How do I fix collapsed economy? Can I see that anywhere? Nope. Okay. Let's revive the Federal Reserve. See if we can get a currency figured out. Look, you need to get things like basic political processes, law and order, and very fundamental economic rights. Those are the key things for any sort of an economic recovery, because if you lack any of them, you're going to fail one way or another, all right? No law and order, doesn't matter if you have any political processes, doesn't matter if you have an economic resurgence and structure, because if people aren't following the law and there's no way of enforcing it, bye, it's not gonna matter pretty quick. You do the other two and you forget the political process, right? You can have your economy and your law and order, but it's gonna become corrupt and turn into a dictatorship pretty quick. So, like, yeah, there's a lot of, and if you don't have the money, well, then no one's gonna listen to law and order or the politicians. So, like, yeah, it's important to get all three of these. We have to have a three-pronged approach to solving our nation, but we're very legitimate. That feels pretty good. All right, new economic policy. What do we want? There's some debate about the new California currency. We could declare the NCR dollar worthless and bankrupt our greatest foes and distribute the assets of the Enclave's friends and comrades, or allow people to convert into American dollars. So we could bankrupt the merchant houses, lose legitimacy. We get rid of the worthless currency and wages, at least. That's a thing. Consumer goods goes down, or just do this. Well, you can't... an orderly transition is what we want. I don't want to go to NCR dollars, though, overall. It's got to be the US dollar. So, yeah, this is going to be weird, but we're going to go down the US dollar thing. This isn't quite how I would have handled it exactly, but all right. And then we could get the end of bottle caps. That could be a thing. Commonwealth Project? Not worried about that right now. Chamber of Commerce. What is going to get me out of this economic doldrums? Come on. Well, we could end the bottle caps, but that's too big of a transition. Let's go ahead and work on law and order first, I guess. Am I allowed to just, like, change our economy law, like, right now? I can have collapsed trade. Sure, that's great. Can go back to early mobilization. Okay, so we could actually do this, and all it's doing is just gonna cost me more political power. But at least now we start getting some factories back. I could have done this a while ago, and I should have. I just saw something interesting. Chewy shoot, you're playing Hearts of Iron? Okay, fine. Law and order. Since the NCR's collapse, the New California has been rife with banditry, corruption, and brutality. Gangs and barons rule as they please. Some idealists believe we need to restore faith in the impartial judiciary. So, rule of law. To a republic, a government of laws and not of men, or lawyers won't stop the legion. No, we already know what direction we have to go, which is good guy approach. We're going down the rule of law. Revive the judiciary. We're trying to get rid of anarchy. Yes, this sounds good. And the Brahmin barons are angry. Of course they are. Don't care. You're gonna submit eventually. This also solves some of my justify Wargle time problems. Traders from even farther. Pre-war state of Indiana. They don't... India! Overrun by communist Chinese. We just got a ship from India? Is the Taj Mahal still standing? Indian spices. Ooh. Or have the nays... Nah, let's be friends with India. I don't think India's gonna like China very much. They historically don't. Alright, US Marshals have been added. That's 2% more stability for me. The FBI? Sure. Remove smuggling and the underfunded justice system. Yeah, I like that. Oh, there's an event over here, by the way. The Brahmin barons are trying to establish order, but we just got rid of that because I have now finished the FBI and the free elections. So that's taken care of. We can now be a nation reborn. What would have happened... Interesting. If we had gone down any of these routes, even if we had gone down, like, let's say, the rule of law and then the presidential powers, we could only have gone for the Enclave. Because I chose the route I did, we now get a nation reborn. All right, cool, let's do it. Anyway, this is now gone. Perfect. After over 200 years of chaos, depravity, and barbarism, the American flag once more flies over this great country. Terms like Enclave are quietly phased out of use as the blue Enclave flags are replaced with the Star-Spangled Banners of old. There is still much work to be done and many enemies to bring to heel, but the claim of the Enclave has been realized. America is back, baby! God bless the USA. You might say, oh no, we're not the Enclave anymore! The point of the Enclave was exactly this, restore the United States! So now, I just need to manifest destiny my way across the entire world, right? Alright, annex war goal against whomever owns Ashton and Hopeville. Unlock the ability to nuke Flagstaff? Okay, sure. Use the weapons that destroyed the world and the sins of our father. I'm not gonna go ahead and say that this is an amazing idea. It's a thing we could do. Right. We need to get things like war support back up, though. That's kind of important. Right. What's gonna... Oh, I hear the Star-Spangled Banner. Hold on. Hang on. For the land of the free. Yeah, beautiful. All right. What are we gonna do now? Department of Education, Student Education. Mandatory patriotism. Oh, man, that's, yeah, everyone loves mandatory patriotism and stuff. Honor the First Amendment. Yeah. Okay. Well, I honestly don't know what would be the best thing for us to do here, but we do have uniting the states of America. which leads to couriers to incorporate settler and tribal nations into the states. What? Unfortunately, the MacArthur detachment is gone, so I can't do anything there. But, yeah, I can start doing this to start getting people to happily rejoin? Okay. And then there's a load of events over here. The Auld Lang Syne. Ah, get an event? There's a bunch of things going on here, and I don't know what this all is. I think we skipped the last argument of presidents, and maybe we try to get yesterday's enemies and stuff out of the way to get rid of things like the Californian resistance. Let's fix some of that and actually start reforming our military once again. Okay, yesterday's enemies are done. We could go for more information about the NCR leadership. Vengeance for Navarro. Together for victory. Gosh, there's so much to do here, and I never know what's actually best right now. I'm just sort of like, you know, throwing stuff at a wall. See what works. And pray that we can do this before the Kaiser comes and kills me. I can get a war goal against the Shi finally. Let's go ahead and start working on that. I still need to knock the Shi out of California. Once they're gone, I can truly turn my military over to the east against people like the 80s, or more importantly, against the NCR. Especially since, you know, there's kind of a peace treaty that's due to expire at some point. Don't remember when. That'll be a surprise. The truth of the Enclave. Since our takeover of the NCR, there have been a string of rumors, conspiracy theories, and so on. People kind of don't trust the Enclave for some reason. Holy frick! Okay, hang on. Did President Richardson really try to kill all the mutants and stuff? The truth will set us free. Destroy your nation. Can't do that.
Good evening, America.
Okay, educating children about communism. Yeah, communism's awful. Get that war support back up. Let's burn all the evidence. All right, we're gonna burn this. Even if it's one folder, it'll destroy everything we worked on. Yeah, I know it sounds awful. All right, here's the thing.
Accusations of heinous
can you stop talking for a second, please?
And massacres at the hands of
please
Enclave
now.
agents.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Every nation, basically every nation, has something I call the foundation myth. It's not a unique concept I've come up with. Let's integrate the jackals, by the way. I was tired of the border gore. Not a unique concept exactly, but the idea is there's always going to be some sort of romanticized version and explanation as to what led for the foundation of a nation. America is no different. You know, we've got the founding fathers, and there's a very romanticized view as to, you know, how we fought off Britain and everything like that, right? You also have that with, I don't care, it could be China, it could be the UK and the Arthurian legends, it could be a bunch of different things. Literal myths versus just kind of like how we choose to tell a story. In this case, I choose to tell the story that the Enclave was the legitimate authority, which it has proven to be under my leadership, / Granite's leadership. And we have formed the United States. The results are exactly what we wanted. Maybe there were some bad actors who really screwed things up, but we turned things around. We are a flawed nation who is always seeking, right, the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness in order to form a more perfect union. That is the American dream. That is what I choose to believe, and therefore, so does everyone else. All right, ruling California. Now that the dust raised by the fall of the NCR is settling, we have to decide how we're going to govern. Grant C. Hayes is our vice president. So, I mean, like, we're gonna integrate them. I don't really have a choice. This hurts my stability, war support, and political power. Gosh. Dang it, but all right, fine. Colonel David Stevenson is outraged. I accept your resignation, or none of us Americans until we all are. Maybe I can change his mind. He is unconvinced. Goodbye. Honestly, now's not a bad time to go ahead and start training up entire new armies, by the way. I think it is time we do that. Lots of motorized. Ideally, a lot of power armor and stuff like that again, you know? Let's just go ahead and start getting a bunch of these trained up. We got time. I'm sitting on a lot of manpower for a freaking Enclave faction. So let's get ready to fight the Kaiser in earnest. And actually, this is probably going to be a good place for us to end this particular video. So we're going to deal with the Shi soon enough. Get all this land back together. Then the question becomes, do I continue doing the rebuilding stuff, hearts and minds, blah, 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 or do I want to go ahead and start incorporating other people into our territory? Because it certainly seems like there's a lot of opportunities to get some allies or defeat the axis of evil and start eating a lot of land. Tons to do here. We have to reunite the states. It's gonna take a long time. And we haven't even touched the arsenal of democracy and stuff like that. The DoD has a lot that we could work on. Good God. And we haven't done Remember Navarro for an annex Wargle against the Shi. I guess I could have gone for that. God bless the Enclave. 95% support for the Citizens League. I don't know how we're supposed to get this one, but sure. Like, there's so much we can do. Good Lord. We're nowhere near done with this mod. Not by a long shot. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.